Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to take a journey into a totally breathtaking, invisible megacity that surrounds us all. Seriously, it's a world we interact with hundreds of times a day, but we rarely stop to actually look at it. We're going to decode the hidden architecture of the digital world. And I promise you, by the time we're done here, you'll literally never look at your screens the exact same way again.
So think about your morning routine, right? You wake up, grab your phone, maybe check your messages, open up a video, and just hit play. Boom, it happens instantly. But what invisible world did you just wake up? Well, in that tiny fraction of a millisecond, a spectacular sequence of events just fired off across the globe, bouncing between your device and destinations thousands of miles away. Today, we're mapping out that exact journey. We're going to travel from the macro level, like the massive global infrastructure, all the way down to the micro level of the code that builds your favorite web pages.
Section 1, the highway versus the city. Okay, so most people just use the words internet and web interchangeably, right? But they are absolutely not the same thing. Think of the internet as a massive global infrastructure. It's the actual physical highway system made of roads, bridges, and tunnels connecting billions of computers. The internet itself doesn't actually have websites on it, it just provides the physical pathways. Now on the flip side, we have the World Wide Web, or simply the web. If the internet is the highway system, the web is the collection of city destinations. It's the storefronts, the libraries, the neon-lit entertainment districts running on top of those highways. Basically, you use the internet to travel to the web. Section 2, the digital phone book.
Now, when you want to visit a website, you type in a name. But here's the secret. Computers do not speak in human names. They speak exclusively in numbers. So this means every single destination and honestly every single device connected to the global network needs a strict, unique postal code. We call this an IP address. It's the numerical address required to locate absolutely anything in the digital world. Without an IP address, the network simply wouldn't know where to send your data.
But let's be real, human beings are completely terrible at remembering long strings of numbers. I mean, imagine trying to memorize 20 different IP addresses just to check the news and social media. Enter DNS, or the Domain Name System. I want you to imagine a glowing holographic directory sitting right at the center of our smart city. When you type in a website name, DNS instantly looks up your destination and translates that human-friendly name into the numerical IP address that the computers actually need. It is literally the internet's ultra-fast central phone book. So once your browser has that IP address, it knows exactly where it's going. It's heading straight for a server. Now, a server is essentially this massive, high-tech data vault waiting at the very end of your journey. It's a really powerful, specialized computer designed to do exactly two things: securely store data, like the website you want to look at, and instantly respond to your request to see it. Section 3, moving data across oceans. Here's the thing. Data does not travel across the internet as one giant heavy block. That would be completely inefficient and it would totally jam up our digital highways. Instead, the data is broken down into tiny, super fast pieces called packets. Think of these packets as a massive fleet of high-speed delivery trucks. They burst out onto the digital highway, and get this, they don't even have to take the same route. Along the way, networking devices called routers act exactly like smart city traffic controllers, constantly analyzing congestion and directing these packets down the most efficient neon highways. Finally, when they all arrive at your phone, they seamlessly reassemble themselves perfectly into the original message or video.
Which brings up a really fascinating question. Where does the internet actually live? Because we hear the term Wi-Fi, and we talk about things floating up in the cloud, which creates this massive misconception that the internet is just some magical wireless mist floating in the sky above us. But the truth is, the internet is deeply, heavily physical. It doesn't live in the sky, it actually lives on the ocean floor. The internet relies on millions of kilometers of undersea fiber optic cables stretching across entire continents. And the data traveling through those cables, it isn't electricity, it's literal, physical pulses of light zooming through glass tubes. Because light is the fastest thing in the universe, these fiber optic cables can move huge quantities of data across the globe in the literal blink of an eye to massive physical data centers.
Section 4, building the digital destination. Now, the cargo those delivery trucks bring consists of 3 primary building blocks. These are the 3 languages that construct the web pages we use every day. You can really think of them as the team constructing a futuristic skyscraper.
First up is HTML. HTML is the structural architect. It defines the raw structure, the steel beams, the paragraphs, and the images. Next is CSS. CSS is your brilliant interior designer. It manages the colors, the fonts, the spacing, and makes the skyscraper look beautiful. Finally, we have JavaScript. JavaScript is the mechanical engineer. It adds the interactivity, the moving elevators, the dynamic drop-down menus, and those real-time updates. Together, these three languages perfectly collaborate to build the web.
But code is really just text. To actually see the skyscraper, you need the web browser. Your browser, whether that's Chrome, Safari, or Edge, acts as the ultimate high-tech translator. It takes all that raw HTML, CSS, and JavaScript machine code and renders it into a seamless, beautiful, user-friendly visual experience for human eyes. And honestly, the most staggering part, this entire process, from typing the URL, doing the DNS lookup, routing the light pulses across the ocean, and rendering the code, happens in under a single second.
And of course, navigating this massive web requires guides. That's exactly where search engines come in. They are the ultimate local guides in our digital city. When you ask a question, they don't just guess. They compare your query against massive indexes of billions of pages. Complex algorithms analyze relevance and authority, and increasingly, cutting-edge AI and machine learning models step in to truly understand your intent and deliver incredibly accurate answers right to your screen almost instantly. Section 5. Locks, Lockers, and Security.
Now, when your browser communicates with a server, it uses a set of rules called HTTP. But regular HTTP is kind of like sending a postcard through the mail. Anyone who intercepts it can just read it. That's why we now rely heavily on HTTPS. That extra S stands for secure, and it acts as a heavy-duty digital padlock. It encrypts your data, scrambling it so that even if someone does intercept it on the highway, they literally can't read it. This digital lock is exactly what protects your online banking, your credit cards, and your private shopping habits. So always look for that little padlock icon for sure. And speaking of securing your stuff, let's quickly clarify cloud computing. People get pretty confused by this term, but it's actually quite simple. The cloud is essentially just a highly secure, remote digital locker. Instead of saving all your heavy files, photos, and software directly on your own phone or laptop, you are securely renting space in a massive data center somewhere else. You just use the internet's highway to access your locker whenever you need it, which frees up tons of space on your own personal device. Section 6, the connected feature. So, we are moving far beyond just connecting computers and phones. We're actually now deep in the era of the Internet of Things, or IoT. Everyday objects are constantly being wired into this smart ecosystem. We're talking about smart homes adjusting the thermostat, wearable fitness trackers monitoring our health, connected vehicles talking directly to traffic grids, industrial sensors, and even intelligent farming systems monitoring soil moisture. Our entire physical world is merging completely with the invisible architecture of the internet, and it's totally transforming the way we live and work on a daily basis. Which leaves us with one final, absolutely critical thought to ponder. As literally every device in our world, from our cars to our refrigerators, connects to this vast, invisible architecture, how will we secure the most vulnerable doors in our digital city? Because cybersecurity is no longer just about protecting computers, it is about protecting our physical lives. I really encourage you to keep exploring, keep asking questions, and seriously, never stop marveling at the incredible invisible world running right beneath your fingertips. Thanks so much for learning with me today.
If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, like this video, comment your favorite programming language, subscribe to FuturE BreaK CodeR, because many exciting coding and futuristic tech videos are